couple of short stories for you. Hope that's all right. The first one is called Ode to Grass. The smell of grass, he breathed it in. What a wonderful scent, so fresh and fragrant, spring in one whiff, or maybe summer, he couldn't decide. The smell wavered and trembled as the ground shook. Nothing quite like it, he thought, as the blades tickled his nose and eyelids. Innocent sweetness, he thought to himself as the ground shook again. Another smell began to brush against the grass, a rough, strong stink. Not as good as grass, he thought. The strong stink rose up from the grass, over his arms and back down again onto the grass on the other side. The grass moved and swayed in the new smell, its blades brushing his head, his arms, his legs and face. The rough stink began to overpower the grass scent. The ground shook again. This time clumps of grass and earth flew over him and onto his back. Now an older, ignored smell grew, a metallic, strong stench, which spread from his back and through his clothes. Nothing quite like it, thought the man. The battle raged on. A shell wound grew bloodier on his back and pulled onto the grass around him. The gas covered him, clumps of grass from his face and up his nose. He could just make out the lifeless, gas-dried eyes. Welcome to hell, son. The next one is called Microwave Adventures. This chick just doesn't get it. You can't microwave tin soup. If you want heated soup to explode in your face, then fine, be my guest. Just don't come running crying to me if you've got tomato puree in your plastic eyelashes. What? No, I don't know the exact science behind it. It's just a universal truth. That canned food, unopened, explodes in a microwave. Okay, maybe not explode, but it burns. That's why you can't put metal in a microwave. I don't know, something to do with the way the machine works, something about waves. I don't know, I just know from experience that airtight items in a microwave go kaboom. How do I know? Well, an experiment in 5th grade with an egg gave the game away. No, you complete moron! No, tinfoil burns too! No, I haven't seen it in real life. I've seen videos of it, but no, they weren't fake. Why am I doing this? Just go ahead. Hey, not my microwave! And you're paying for it! Sure. How long's it gonna be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, there's the screen. Turn it off! Now, where's the towel? I need a tap and lots of water. Actually, I need to pull the plug out first. This one's called Glorious Sun. Vast blue coldness of morning was in front, and darkness behind. He stared around him. He could just see the face of his prison warden, kept underground for so long, and now brought to the surface. Sky tinged yellow, brightened to gold, and then to orange. Just there, the end of the world, up it would come. Delicious light. Warm, golden, life-giving light. Seeing it creep its way up from the horizon, over the furthest hills, and gradually slinking its way across the landscape, stroking every plant and leaf would be ecstasy. He could just see the land in front of him, bathed in a radiant golden sea. Even the harsh view of man's scars would be softened in the light. Every flower was aglow, and every leaf was sparkling. Heavenly, sight worthy of angels. A tear came to his eye. He was finally free, and he could see the sun, drinking in the way it touched the truth with a gentle hand this morning. His mouth hung open and his eyes were wide. The slice of flesh was heard. A warm trickle of blood fell on his throat. A gurgle of air from his lungs heard. The prison warden cleaned his knife, the death warrant stuffed in his pocket. The sun now rose above the horizon, and its rays, as its rays hit the world, it brushed over the body. Morning is darkness. Okay, now for a lighter one. This one's called Curry Love. Oh, the spectacle of it all. She watched him cut the carrots, the knife slicing for each one cleanly, then his warm hands lifted and turned to tend to the lettuce. Large leaves, crisp from its freshness, quickly joined by the plump, round, sweet tomatoes in the salad. And now the carrot slices, first forgotten, were carefully poured into the hot, bubbling curry from the chopping board with the aid of his knife. The slices plopped into the curry, sending splatters of sauce up onto the side of the pot, and released the fragrance of many spices. Scent wafted from the heart of the pot and leisurely made its way across the room, spreading out its tendrils towards her nose. Oh, the smell, that wonderful smell, just the right mixture of spices that she knew, he knew, was her favourite. She knew he was smiling as he worked. She could see the curl at the corner of his mouth each time he turned to the stove to stir the mixture. Little did she know that he knew she was watching him, just peeping around the corner of the wall to the kitchen. He could see the glint in her eyes that widened with love. He could tell she was beyond happy when the open-mouthed expression of sheer delight at the smell and surprise at the meal he was preparing. She simply adored him for making the curry she would give her heart for into such a dish of decadence and flavour that even the Indian deities would desire. This one is called For the Love of Money. Greed. That's all he saw in her. Greed. It was clear to see at first glance. The skin suffocated on the finest creams so that it resembled the skin of a baby and glistened in the light from the sheer layers of it. Nothing could be worth more than it was perfect skin. For the desire to be young. Young meant good-looking, and good-looking meant the favour of rich men. That was probably why she dyed her hair. You could just see, through the too bright to be natural red hair, the visage of white roots in there where she missed it. Her eyebrows too revealed the painful torture they endured, to be so formed into such pin-thin curves of contempt. The very arch of them was lined with self-indulgence and vanity. Her own nose is proof of her own opinion of herself. This was the latest model. Silicone perfection poured into a mould formed from harsh criticism and then crafted onto her gloating gaze. Such a waste. A waste, like her lips, stuffed on Botox, swollen beyond the size of reality, rubber tires smeared with shiny red lipstick, pretty paint for a rotting mess. The curve of contempt tainting her lips and the sneer carved permanently onto her features from their shape. Her greed was clear from her eyes too. Ink black eyeliner dug around her eyes, shaping them. Mascara clumped and stuck to her eyelashes, like money clumped and stuck in her pockets. Her limp eyelids hung half hidden on vacant eyes. No light, no life within, just empty. Until the trill of coins turned on the lights within. Then the machine would begin to work. Then the rubber lips would begin to flap, the eyes would begin to wag, and from within, a deluge of charms and fancies, gorged to bursting on her hunger for more, would be thrown up into one who awoke her. It was nasty, vile to behold and sickening to see. She was greed. Now the final one, curse for walls. Breathe, just breathe. In, out, too fast, keep it slow, too many, just too many people in this room. I can't believe I made a promise. The room was hostile. Not just the people, but the walls as well. They seemed to move, not in great chunks, but turn your head to the left and then back, and notice that the wall to the right had moved a centimetre to the centre. This room was dangerous. The chatter of people was incessant in its volume. One person talking over another person, talking over another, talking over another. The voice getting louder and louder. The very sound in the room forcing down on her. What were they saying? Was it about her? There, a laugh. Was that at her? She glanced away from the laughing group, their faces twisting in mirth. The walls moved again. They're closer, There's too many people, there's too many, all crowded into groups to hear one another, but still taking up so much space. There's no space for me. What's that? Sniggered. A quick glance at her. They're laughing at me. Oh, now the looks, the quick glances, hidden stares from behind wine glasses, the pitying gaze of others, with their lips pulled back over their teeth, spewing mockeries at her. Quick, check the walls. No, they've moved again. It's almost half a room now. Too close, too many, too loud, too much focus. No space for me, there's no space.